the habit tracker template brought to you by TemplateShop.net. As we see, this is a sheet or a template used by anyone who wants to stay on top of one's annual goals and turn them into monthly, weekly, and even daily habits. This sheet lists some important things to be noted and the explanation of the various sheets, which can be found right here at the bottom or even on the panel on the left-hand side. Let's look at moving into the yearly planner, where you set goals that you want to achieve for that specific year. Then you delve down directly into the month. Here we realize that it's a sunflower, meaning that this is a sunflower template. Likewise, you can also buy the rose template or the tree template as you wish from the TemplateShop.net. Here we realize that there are 6 goals that have been achieved, and let's understand how. So the month is broken down into days. It's cumulative into weeks, week 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And eventually they roll up into the consistency levels of the current consistency and the longest consistency. For the first of the month, we realize there were only 2 tasks that were done. And the more I keep doing, we see the change in this number and the percentage. Not just that, we start nurturing the plant. You might want to just look at it as I start clicking each of these checkboxes of how the numbers change and the plant starts growing till we eventually have a sunflower that is blooming. Likewise, we do it for each day of the month, giving us the current consistency for a particular habit and the longest consistency. The intent of the longest consistency is not to break the habit. So in this case, we might realize that we have been consistent on this from all the way from the 13th of a month all the way up to the 31st of the month. If this consistency breaks, the longest consistency also changes. There is an indication which says that whether at what percentage you are, whether you are getting life on track, or are you going all the way up to the goals achieved. We have a similar template for each month of the year all the way up to December. This eventually is what we can see as a monthly tracker, where the months are broken down by quarters, and we realize what we have achieved in the month of January, February, March, etc. And eventually, we also can use, as a summary, we can use the checkboxes here to indicate how much have we achieved and the current consistency as well as the longest consistency. Finally, we realize on the yearly template of the number of goals that were set versus achieved and individual things related to each habit that we want to form. We really appreciate you watching this video. You can stay up to date on useful templates by subscribing to TemplateShop.net. This spreadsheet template can also be bought at TemplateShop.net, the link for which can be found